Welcome to another edition of For All Seasons. My name is Todd Murray, joined as always by former WVU quarterback Fred Wyant. And Fred, the Mountaineers are going to be opening Big 12 conference play at home against Oklahoma Saturday night. But it's a special day because it's also the day of the WVU Sports Hall of Fame induction. And one of your former teammates, Gene Lathey, is going in. And,
yes.
I know he has quite a history here. I'm interested to hear from you. I know you have a bunch of stories about Gene. I was wondering if maybe you could pick out a favorite to share with our audience.
Well, I think for me is, and it's going to be his day, so I'm able to say it here, but I hold the record for having the highest percentage of wins and losses. 30 wins and 4 losses. Well, he gets hurt 2 of those games, and teams come back and beat us. We don't have anybody that we can put in. So had he been there, based on history, we would have ended up 32-2 for that period of time when I played, and I played with him. And he is most deserving because he only weighed 185 pounds, but he was ferocious. One story about him, we were playing South Carolina, and this was after South Carolina beat Army the week before, who was supposed to be number 1, and then Army beat Michigan that week before we played that night, and Michigan was supposed to be the top team in the Midwest. So they had already projected them to beat us, because we only had so many starters back, Lathey being one of them, and they had an All-American by the name of Mincevich that weighed 255 pounds. And Lathey just literally ate him for lunch that day. And not only that, but then wanted to talk about it, at the game. And I was trying to quiet him down because I was afraid that guy might get mad or something. And we win 26-6, and that was his start. And he started 3 straight years, and just was, for his size, he has speed, and he was ferocious, and he's most deserving to be in that. And looking forward, I counted him. I think he is maybe the 11th or 12th person that came from our group back in that time that are in the Hall of Fame, which in our opinion is the most prestigious thing that they offer in sports on West Virginia University campus. So yeah, so it'll be a great day for him.
Right, it'll be a special day. And then of course you get the big game there Saturday night. You got a nationally ranked Oklahoma team coming in for the Big 12 conference opener.
Right.
Yeah, how big a win would this be, and if the Mountaineers to pull this one off?
Well, I think they're on the right track, and again, as we talked last week, with Trickett going the way he's going, and if he stays well, I don't think there's anybody that they couldn't beat, and that included Alabama, because they came close. And yeah, and he just is a player and a leader, and he runs that system, and that's important that they know how to do that, and he does.
Right. I know 2 years ago when Oklahoma, came in here, Tavon Austin, put on an incredible, performance on the field. It wasn't enough to get the win that night, but they're going to need some players to step forward here against the Sooners. Right?
Yeah, well, at least based on what we've seen in the past, and he just is he's capable of beating that team, and we've beaten Oklahoma before in some very crucial games through the history of our football at WVU, and so he's if he has a good job and they continue to play like they've been playing, I think that they can beat anybody.
Will be interesting Saturday night. Fred, as always, appreciate your time, and please
pleasure.
continue to follow our WVU football coverage on thedpost.com.